The Backrooms. You've been here before. Significant room of level 11. After hours. Image caption. When the sun disappears, so does the light. Survival difficulty. Class dead zone. Environmental hazards. Strictly uninhabitable. No exits. Description. The concrete jungle loses its vibrancy when shrouded in complete darkness. Bustling streets and noisy commutes are replaced with empty sidewalks and cracked asphalt. Gloomy skies have eliminated the blue atmosphere. What once was a nexus for congregations in the backrooms has transformed into a desolate wilderness where life is absent for miles on end. Relaxing, warm temperatures have dropped to freezing levels, leaving frost on the windows and sharp ice crystals on the ground. Noxious dust and the smell of rotten flesh litters the air, inescapable even if one remains indoors. With the exception of a chilly breeze that occasionally ruffles the few leaves that linger, there is complete silence. This place used to be a sign of hope in a realm completely devoid of optimism. Now, it's another reminder of despair and isolation. Reminders of the city's past might slip through the cracks before disappearing completely. The buildings are heavily corroded to the point of instability. Broken bricks and concrete saturate the ground. Oppressive skyscrapers have crumbled, knocked over by centuries of deterioration and a strong gust of wind. The environment is permeated by a drab gray as the rubble morphs the city into a junkyard. Every couple of minutes, a loud crash temporarily breaks the silence of the city. Another building has fallen. Every once in a while, one might see a completely new building, untouched by time, out of the corner of their eye, only for it to vanish after mere moments. In this world, there is no safe shelter. The asphalt is stained with dried up blood, and corpses litter the ground. Some of them are of humans, while others are of entities. But their states of advanced decomposition have prevented us from identifying any specific individuals. They may be decades or even centuries old. Most of the bones are fractured, and the corpses with intact skin have numerous small scrapes. It's best not to stare at these bodies. They might start morphing into familiar faces. Entities. There is no evidence of thriving life in this place, except for a couple foreign creatures and humans living their last days. However, soon enough, even they will join the pile of corpses on the ground. Bases, communities, and outposts. Any groups of individuals that once resided in this city are now long gone, either missing or dead. Entrance. No one truly remembers how they stumbled upon this place. After living here for several centuries and witnessing this place's rise and fall, can you truly say with utmost certainty that how you actually arrived here? Exit. Your only escape is death. Our last beacon of hope. All in ruins. We lost everything. Our systems, our supplies, our sun. Redirection to a related tale. The Backrooms. Dark is the new light. The sun vanished. Warning to sensitive wanderers. Particular parts of this tale contain topics of suicide. If you are sensitive to such areas, it is recommended that you read with caution. Thank you for your cooperation. Backdoor. Backrooms number 1 chat and form. Public chat room 5. User underscore 024814. So what have you guys been up to? J-Jeem. Oh hey new person. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. Hey yo, welcome to the chat room. Killa underscore XX. Sup. System. User underscore 024814 has changed their display name to Digger underscore Jex. Jeem, a repository member? Don't see them too often. Digger underscore Jex. Yeah, not many of my comrades use chat forums. Thought I'd break that little chain. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. Pretty neat. In response to your question, I haven't been doing too much, just looking over some integrity things for this chat room, files and shit. Killa underscore XX. Shoot, I gotta go. See y'all later. System. User Killa underscore XX has left the chat room. Moderator. Fluffy underscore Toaster. Bye. See ya. Damn, they must have had something real important to attend to. Digger underscore Jex. Must have. J-Jeem. What have you been up to, Jex? Digger underscore Jex. Not much, really. I've been doing tasks given to me from the administrator. J-Jeem. Oh, so you've gotten orders from the top? Damn, impressive. Digger underscore Jex. Yeah, he doesn't usually give them out to people like me, so I'm definitely doing whatever he asks. System. User pins underscore on underscore dead has joined the chat room. J-Jeem. Yeah, I'd be doing orders from the top as well. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. Honestly, I think any of us would take orders from the top. Not every day you get a letter from someone so much higher in rank than you. Also, hey yo, Pins. Pins underscore on underscore dead. Sup everyone, just got back from a recon mission with my group. J-Jeem. Oh hey Pin, how'd it go? Pins underscore on underscore dead. Swimmingly, surprisingly enough. Didn't encounter anything weird, and we got some new pipes. So, hey, I'm not gonna say no to a new weapon. Digger underscore Jex. Hey, a weapon's a weapon, and in this place you're gonna need new ones all the time. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. You can say that again. Skin stealers in my area are being pesky little rascals, and we need to swap our weapons out all the time. Pins underscore on underscore dead. Yeah, we've been dealing with bursters and hounds over here. Even some death moths here and there. System. User pretty underscore pastel underscore pink has joined the chat room. System. User Gonkster has joined the chat room. System. User the underscore scrongler underscore lives has joined the chat room. System. User fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy has joined the chat room. Digger underscore Jex. That's a lot of users. Welcome to chat room 5, everyone. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. Hey yo, influx of users today. The underscore scrongler underscore lives. Hi. Gonkster. Gonk. Pretty underscore pastel underscore pink. Hi. Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. Yo. Admin. Gonkster. We just got back from a hike through level 204, and it was pretty fun. Pretty underscore pastel underscore pink. Luckily, we didn't encounter anything too dangerous. The underscore scronkler underscore lives. We saw some cool plants too. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. Nice. Glad you guys made it back safely. Digger underscore Jex. Just had some of my friends come back from there as well. I'm glad you are safe and sound. J-Jeem. I don't like the jungle, so I stay away from that level as much as I can. It's so easy to get lost or sunk up on. Admin Gonkster. Yeah, it's pretty spooky when you're alone. That's why we travel in our 4-man group. Pretty underscore pastel underscore pink. Yeah. System. User Nishimura has joined the chat room. Moderator Fluffy underscore Toaster. Hey yo, Nishimura. Thanks for the warm greeting. Digger underscore Jex. You're Nishimura? Well, damn, pleasure to meet you. Nishimura. Oh, I've gotten a little bit of a following. Digger underscore Jex. You're the only person who has basically befriended an entity like the Dark Sovereign, so yeah, I'd assume you have a following. Nishimura. Yeah, you're right. J-Jeem. Oh wow, I almost forgot about your name. It's been a while since I've read the file. The underscore scrongler underscore lives. Damn, wish I was that lucky down here. Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. Don't we all? I'm tired of getting attacked around every corner. The underscore scrongler underscore lives. What are you facing over there? Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. Mainly aggressive 227 squadrons and vaults. Nishimura. Damn, so you've had it rough around here. Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. Yeah, it's fucking horrible, heh. Moderator Fluffy underscore Foester. Wish I could go there again. I feel like I've been at this computer forever, FFS. Digger underscore Jex. Shoot, my team needs me. I'll see you all later. J-Jeems. Bye-bye. Admin Gronkster. See ya another time. Pretty underscore pastel underscore pink. Bye. System. User Digger underscore Jex has left the chat room. J-Jeems. They were pretty cool. Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. Were they a repository member? Digger sounds like their type. J-Jeems. Yeah. System. User apple underscore topped underscore jeans has joined the chat room. Moderator Fluffy underscore toaster. Damn, I'm gonna run out of heyos. Admin Gonkster. Gonk. The underscore scrongler underscore lives. How's it going? Apple underscore topped underscore jeans. A lot of people here today. Moderator Fluffy underscore toaster. Yep. System. Warning. Server connection poor. J-Jeems. That's not good. Aren't the servers usually very stable? Apple underscore topped underscore jeans. Whoops, looks like I broke the server. Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. What's going on? Moderator, Fluffy underscore toaster. Hold on, guys and gals, I'm figuring it out now. The underscore scronkler underscore lives. This is making me somewhat worried. Pretty underscore pink underscore pastel. No, please don't let the servers go down. System. Warning. Server connection critical. Pretty underscore pink underscore pastel. What's going on? Admin Gonkster. Whoa, what? I leave for 5 minutes and the connection is poor? Moderator, Fluffy underscore toaster. I don't know what's going on, guys. Nothing is wrong on the server side. Fuzzy underscore moth underscore boy. WTF? Apple underscore topped underscore jeans. Wait, I was joking. Something is actually wrong? System. Emergency message from the Major Explorers group. Click immediately. The link redirects to the Meg's article on the blackout. Return to the sun vanished. J-Jeem. What's going on, Fluffy? Moderator, Fluffy underscore toaster. Guys, I have no clue what's going on. Read the system message. Meg just released some announcement. System, user Gonkster lost connection to the server. Pretty underscore pink underscore pastel. No, don't go away. System, user pretty underscore pink underscore pastel lost connection to the server. The underscore scronkler underscore lives. I'm scared of what's happening. Why is the power going out? System. User Nishimura lost connection to the server. Pins underscore on underscore dead. Well, I hope you will all be safe. I don't know what's happening, but let's hope this is just some small error. System. User the underscore scronkler underscore lives lost connection to the server. J-Jeem. U2 pin. System. User pins underscore on underscore dead lost connection to the server. J-Jeem. God, I'm so scared now. Moderator, Fluffy underscore toaster. Keep your head high, Jeem. We'll make it through this. We've survived this long. We can last whatever this is. J-Jeem. Yeah, you're right. I'll keep going. System. User J-Jeem lost connection to the server. Moderator, Fluffy underscore toaster. God, I hope you are all safe out there. System. Error. Message could not be sent. Try again. Yes. System. Connection lost. Attempt to reconnect. No answer. As I looked at the print out of the chat room logs, I sigh in remembrance of how everything was before the blackout. We used to be thriving, living, and just being humans. We were innovating, spurring industrialization in some areas, and in general, progressing our new lives in the backrooms. We were so close to not having to worry, and only a few decades more we might have gotten there. But now look where we are, taken advantage of once again in this vile dimension. If only that never happened. Maybe I would see my girlfriend again, before she hung herself. Maybe my close friends wouldn't have killed each other. Just why? What omniscient entity from above decided to do this? Why did it choose to break our spirits so close to our success? Is this just some game to them? Sick bastards. Putting this piece of old, worn paper in my pack, I kept walking forward. We just have to keep moving forward. I've wanted to end it just like my friends and loved ones. But if I quit now, then that's just another chance at survival gone. Another possibility at our comeback destroyed. I'm not going to break the spirits of an already demolished race. I'm one of the only people in the Meg left. God, those groups. I can't imagine how hard it was for them. I remember how people like the UEC fell, going out guns blazing. And then you look at the repository and just how they tried to defend themselves. The Lost tried to run, but you can't run from the Backrooms. The Eyes thought they were safe, but even Argos has his limits. No matter the group, no matter who it was, you could hear screams for miles. Just endless, endless painful screams. I can still hear them. Christ. Wherever they are, I hope they've moved on. None of us deserve to be here. Not in this torture chamber of a dimension. I'm starting to hope things like the end actually worked as an escape. At least it's better to live in a false reality than a painful one, right? No, what am I talking about? Snap out of it, God damn it! Retreating to a false reality? I can't believe I've stooped so low. I have to stay here. I've got to help these people. We're all trying to push, and we can't do that if one of us takes the easy way out. It's just going to make more of us go into the fake world with fake people and fake lives. We won't survive, we won't live, and we won't be remembered. Not by going to the end. We have to keep fighting. That chat happened. Wow, it's been a long time. Geez, how long ago was that chat room log? I can't even remember. Let's see. I've been keeping a journal, trying to count the days. No, it can't have been that long ago, could it? 2,491 years ago. How did I survive that long? There's no way that's possible. 2,491 years? It's been a long time, but how is my body still young like this? I should be a shriveled corpse. This is baffling. Maybe one of my comrades can make sure I'm not going crazy. As I walk into the desolate landscape of level 11, I remember how it was before the blackout. Bright, beautiful, full of life, and so much atmosphere with all the people here. This was home for a lot of people, and the mix of cultures, there was so much diversity in this place. You could just be talking to a Buddhist and walk down the street to talk to an Amish man. It was just amazing how many people came together to survive, keeping something with them to bring back those memories of hope and comfort. Not anymore. Now, level 11 was just base beta. Dim, gray, dystopian, almost. It felt dull. Think of having a painting, one of the best you've ever seen, like a Van Gogh, and then leaving it in the sun for months. The color fades from the artwork, removing the passion, love, care, and inspiration it gave. Level 11 was our Van Gogh, and now it was just concrete, rebar, and glass. No more diversity, no more excitement, and sadly of all, no more passion. Passion is what kept us going. And now we drag our feet through the mud of this darkened dimension. At least there were forms of protection here. As I walked along the sidewalk, I greeted the surviving guards of Airbus from the repository. Hey, how are you all? Just surviving, trying to make it through with what we have. What about you? Same as you, man. Just trying to make it to the next day, you know? Felt you there. I'll see you around. You too. I always liked the repository. They were stern, yet comforting. Something about how they were trained or acted just gave off this brotherhood feel. That's all we really have now, I guess. We're all in one brotherhood or the other, and we just try to survive now. No more rivalries or more fights, just living. That's all that matters now. As I was pondering my thoughts, it became a little cold. I looked up to see the towering stature of the Dark Sovereign, standing there with his sword in its sheath. Greetings, sir. How goes today? This would have surprised people years ago, but after the blackout, peaceful entities started coming to level 11 to live with us. Now we have Trianthem, People like Argos, the doll maker, and even the beast of level 5. They all came here because they either didn't want to fight or just wanted to stay away from the danger. They'd all get overwhelmed anyways. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm doing well, I assume. Not much to be doing around here, so I tend to be alone most of the day. Damn, no one comes around? Unfortunately not. They are few and far between. I'll be sure to stop by sometime then. Maybe we can play some cards? That sounds interesting. You will have to teach me. I think we'll have fun. Just make sure you don't touch me when going for a card. The crystal figure lets out a deep chuckle, looking down at me. I wish I could laugh like that, with real feeling. He doesn't have to worry as much, doesn't have to fear for his life, doesn't have to scavenge day and night for food, water, and supplies while running through hordes of entities. I wish I could be like him someday, carefree. Of course, I'll be sure not to harm you at all. Well, I'd better be off. See you around, Sovereign. You as well. I part ways with the beast, walking towards my friend's home in one of the skyscrapers in this place. I walk into the building, sliding open the glass door, and feel the warm air of the wind-powered HVAC unit pouring out of the ventilation. After running through level 420 and kicking the ice off my boots, I desperately needed some warm air. Level 11's been chilly in general lately. Not really sure why that is. Usually it stays around a comfortable 75 degrees, but, well, I can theorize about that later. I walk up the stairs, not trusting the elevators, and make my way up 7 flights. I'm already tired as hell, but it's better than those damn elevators. People started using them when they were tired, and when the elevator got to the floor they selected, the person wasn't in the elevator. Just whatever they left on the ground. Spooky shit, so I don't trust those things one bit. As I finally reach the 7th floor, I walk down the hallway to get to my friend's room. She should be here at this time, but with my eyes already half closed, I wasn't too sure what time it really was. I test the door handle to her room. Unlocked. Good for me, because I didn't feel like raising my voice to try and get her attention. I walk inside and set my pack down, rolling my shoulders to get the stress and tension off. I sit down on the small couch inside the living room of the apartment. I'm back, Victoria. Since the door was right there, I'd close it with my foot and lean into the cushions. Sleep was a delicacy these days, and I was just about to get a very nice nap when Victoria came around the corner and tapped my shoulder. Well, what are you doing here so early, sleepyhead? I'd laugh a little bit. She was always good at lightening the mood, and even then, we were just really close friends. I met her about 3 months after I joined the Meg, and at the time, she was a newbie, interested in manufacturing or IT like I did. We became close friends over time through small talk and interest in the same fields, and, well, the rest is history. Now we're here, surviving as much as we can in the back rooms. She likes to jest and call it the dark rooms sometimes. I swear. Thought I'd drop by and say hello. It's been a few weeks since we've last talked. Yeah, you're right. Say, did you get anything good? Not really, just more of the usual. Damn, I was really hoping you'd find a steak somewhere. I'd wish. I'd love a nice ribeye right now. Don't we all? She sits down beside me, and we chat for a few minutes, making sure I still stay awake. Once silence shadows over us, I finally remember that question I had a while ago. Hey, you're still keeping track of every day, right? She looks over me, a little confused. Yeah, why? Need to know the day or something? Yeah, I looked back at that old chat log and couldn't help but notice that the dates are radically different. If I was counting right, then the blackout started 2,491 years ago, but that just seems so impossible. Like, we should be dead right now, right? She stays silent for a few seconds and gets up, rustling through a few papers at her desk. There were pages going all across the room, and eventually she came back with a binder full of pages. They all had marks on them in groups of 5, and the number 73 in the left corner. and a year in the right corner. Okay, so since they're in groups of 5, there are 73 groups in each year, and I have a lot of pages here. I came into the Backrooms around 2019, so I started coming from then. Is that fine? Yeah, I just need to start from 2022. That's when this chat log was from. Alright, help me count these pages. There are a lot. This binder is from 2019 to 2200, and I have the rest. Wait, so we've been here for this long? I write down every day. God, alright, let's start counting. Countless binders and pages later, we finally came up with today's date and began calculating. Being restricted to pencil and paper for calculations, even if they were small, took a little bit of time. Reminds me of how spoiled we were. You never realize how much you take for granted until it's all taken away. Easy communication, fast calculations, entertainment, and direction. We used to be survivors, but then we transformed into the embodiments of the sin of sloth, too dependent on our technology. What did you get from your calcs? Yeah, you were close to right. It's been 2,529 years since that chat room, since the blackout started. How is that possible, Vic? How have we been alive that long? I don't know. The backrooms are very odd, so maybe there's some sort of time distortion? No, I know about the time distortion, but gosh, it just seems crazy that we've been surviving for 2,500 years. How have you and I stayed alive? How have we not gone and died like the UEC, like the Maidens or the Lost, or Taylor? Maybe we're just lucky. Maybe we just have our wits and didn't panic like everyone else. People went mad over the power stopping, and while we may have been worried, and we never lost our common sense, maybe we're just survivalists at heart. I don't really know. I'm just happy I'm still alive. Yeah, you're right. I let my head hang, looking down at the floor in a confused state of disbelief. It's just hard to imagine that you've survived for 2,500 years when the normal human life expectancy is 25 times less than that. I guess she's right, though. The two of us were really careful about what we did and didn't go out unless we had to. Victoria sits down beside me and unwraps her arms around my shoulders, giving me a hug. We could all use one of these, right? She would giggle a bit, and I'd soon be chuckling right alongside her, hugging her back, while sitting there, the sunlight peeking through the blinds, starting to dim. Are your blinds moving? Victoria would get up and look behind her to the blinds, confused at what I had said. No, they'd never move on their own. We both get up and walk to the blinds, opening them to look outside. There were people running through the streets, panicked, and when I opened the window, their yells and screams were echoing throughout the city. I could see some entities trying to calm people down, since they didn't know why they were panicking. But when Victoria and I looked up at the sky, we soon learned why everyone else was screaming. The sun was fading. That's not normal, right? I look over at Victoria, expecting an answer, and see that she is completely terrified. Her eyes were wide, and her pupils conveyed pure horror at the fact that the sun was disappearing. Victoria, we gotta keep our heads on, alright? Let's figure out. No, 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 no! The sun! Don't go! Victoria, please don't panic. We have to stay focused. Through teary sniffs, she tried to talk to me. I was just trying not to do the same as she plowed into me and wrapped her arms around my torso, crying into my chest. Taylor, the sun, it's going away. The blackout, it's just, why won't it stop? The sun is all we have left. Now even level 11 is going to be dark. How are we going to survive without light? Hey, we'll survive, okay? We can figure out a way, like fire. She lets go and walks away, opening the door for me. In a tired, saddened voice, she speaks. Please go. I have some things to do. I don't even bother fighting her. If I did, she'd just be persistent and we'd both leave unhappy. Besides, this was her apartment, not my jurisdiction to stay if she wants me to leave. I walk past, grabbing my things, and walk to the door. She stops me before I'm fully out of the room, turning me around and giving me a kiss on the cheek. With a widened yet genuine smile, she closes the door softly and locks it, and I let out a sigh and walk down the hallway. I hope you're going to be okay, Victoria. It was about 10 minutes before I had left Victoria's apartment to leave the building, and when I exit the front door of the tower, I can feel the freezing air. I look around and tighten my jacket against my body, seeing if anyone was around. No one was near me, not alive, at least. The sun of level 11 was one of the last things keeping people alive, and now the spirits we had beforehand were shattered. Dear God. People wanted out now that the sun was gone. People were dangling from ropes around their necks 4 stories off the ground. Some had just cut their wrists and let the blood flow, or they were assaulted by the once peaceful entities of level 11. Seems like since the sun was gone, so was the 11 effect. Fuck, I'm gonna have to be careful. As I pulled my scrap cleaver out, I heard some faint noises from above. I look up, wondering what it would be, and see all of the bodies hanging from the building I had just exited. On the 7th floor, I saw her, hanging there. Victoria had enough. She was dependent on the sun, and it disappearing had broke her. It had broken me as well. Now I was walking the streets of level 11, hearing people suffer and cry at the now absent rays of sunlight. The remaining guards of Urbis fighting off hostile facelings and hounds, the last members of the Meg taking the easy way out, and heartbreakingly, children running around for their moms and dads, crying for answers. One ran up to me and cried, grabbing my pant leg. Do you know where my mama is? Please, I need to find my mama. They were so small. They didn't understand the severity of the situation, the desperation, and the utter destruction of all we had left. All they knew is that they were alone in a pitch-black city, full of ravenous animals that would tear them apart when they got the chance. With a monotonous tone, I responded to the poor child. I'm sorry, buddy, but I don't know where your mama is. They sniff, cry, and run off to ask another person. That might have been the final breaking point for me. I can't imagine the terror of losing your mother as a child, while also being in a darkened city with no sunlight. The tear ducts on that kid will never stop pouring. I just hope that they manage to find a way to keep pushing. Not many of us can. And I had been pushing for long enough. I shuffle along the sidewalk and return to the Sovereign, who would be looking down the alleyway with his back turned to me. He hears my footsteps and speaks to me over his shoulder, not turning around quite yet. What brings you here, my friend? Did you bring those cards you were talking about earlier? I'm quite excited to play. I felt like a disappointment for not bringing a deck. I think I had left it in my apartment a few blocks down, but it didn't really matter anymore. I had made up my mind on what I wanted to do next. It was time for my story to end. Sorry for not bringing them. I actually have a request. He turns, looking at me with a concerned aura. Even though he had no pupils or irises, I could see that he was worried about my well-being. What is your request? I hope it is something nice. I wish it was. I wanted to know if you could kill me. He doesn't speak for a few seconds. Why would you want me to do such an act? You do not seem like the man to give up so easily. I'm not. I've been pushing to survive for over 2,500 years, but with the sun disappearing, my spirits have broken, to say the least. And you're sure this is how you want things to end? By my hand? Anything better than being shredded by some hound? He lets out a sigh, and for once, his whispers don't talk a peep. He draws his blade and approaches me, raising it to my neck. As he lifts it to swing, I close my eyes and have my final thoughts about everything. About me, Victoria, the Meg, the Backrooms, and us as a people. We can't handle our last source of hope being snuffed out like a dying ember. People needed the sun. We all needed the sun. It was the one thing keeping us going, reminding us of home, and how the beautiful rays of light blessed us all with the ability to see. But the sun vanished, and with it, so did humanity. Slice. Return to the original article on After Hours. What do we have left? Just dust and rubble everywhere. All of our joy gradually drained until we had nothing but hollow hearts. A couple minutes ago, I saw a male, living being. I couldn't tell if he was a wanderer or not. His face was in his hands, torn clothes, unkempt hair, soot-covered hands, the usual attire in this day and age. Unfortunately, kneeling next to a skeleton, he looked like he was grieving. I gave him a cold, blank stare for a couple seconds, then moved on with my business. Lucky him, he's not an emotionless husk. Yet. Maybe, when I walk around this area next time, he'll be nothing but a corpse. Everyone dies anyway. The first couple of times you witness someone drop dead in front of you, your heart's racing, and your thoughts are running wild. But by the 1000th, it has lost its effect. You shrug it off as part of your everyday life. A couple days ago, I witnessed the collapse of the last building on the block spanning this street and the other street, a residential apartment that used to be bustling with tired wanderers. Despite all this history, the destruction was nothing interesting. Really, it's certainly the most eventful thing I've seen in the past few months, I'll give it that. However, for the most part, I just shrugged my shoulder and made a mental note to avoid that area for the next couple weeks or so. Gotta wait until the dust settles before I can start walking there again. In a couple months, I'll probably forget that a building even used to stand there. A couple years ago, I believed this place could be redeemed once more. I hoped the survivors could rebuild and start something new. We were still haunted occasionally by remnants of the past, and I naively took that as some sort of sign that we could restore Level 11 to its former glory. Of course, the ambitious ones dropped like flies. The pile of corpses just kept growing. Gradually, our rallying cries turned into quiet sobs. There was no hope left, and the spark would die just as quickly as it ignited. There is nothing left here for us. This city is dead, and so are we. We are not human, we do not live. We only walk endlessly in the night. We are wanderers.